Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Alright, I've literally just got done reading the new chapter of One Punch Man. It is absolutely insane. Like, I was at work and one of my friends texted me, he said, by the way, the chapter's out. I was like, alright, cool, I'll read it when I get home. He sends me videos that you need to read it now. Like, it is going insane. And he was not wrong. He was not wrong at all, yeah, so start reading the chapter, obviously expecting high things from, you know, from the message that he sent me, and it did not disappoint. So it begins obviously when the last chapter left off with Garo and Saitama having that fight on Jupiter's moon. Of course, it went as expected, you know, Saitama just continuously beating the crap out of Garo, but this time it actually showed you a comparison. Because what it said in the chapter was, obviously, no one's ever been anywhere near Saitama's power, so no one's ever really noticed Saitama's power going up and up, because he's always been that far above everybody else, that if he got even stronger, they're never going to notice, because he kills everyone in one shot, so he's already overpowered. So if he gets more overpowered, how is anyone supposed to know? But Garo is on par with Saitama, well, I wouldn't say not on par with Saitama, but close enough to Saitama's power right now that when Saitama starts getting stronger, he actually visibly sees it. So it shows a little graph of, you know, just how far Saitama's actually going. Because the dude obviously broke his limiter or whatever ages ago when he did his training. So his power just keeps going up and up and up, and it actually shows you via a graph just how much further Saitama's going compared to Garo, and the dude is just absolutely insane. So there's obviously two main things that happened in this chapter that are absolutely nuts. One, Saitama sneezed. Saitama did a serious sneeze and blew away Jupiter. What the fuck? Like, look, I'm not joking. Like, at this point, you know, when people say, like, oh, who would win in a fight, Goku or Saitama? I said it in the last one, I'll say it again. Saitama's getting there. Like, the dude is literally, with a sneeze, blew away half of Jupiter. I'll just go from the actual picture itself. Literally blew away about half of Jupiter. The core was still intact. I'm assuming that's what the black bit in the middle was, the core of Jupiter. That was still intact, but literally everything else was just annihilated. From a sneeze. A sneeze. He didn't even fucking attack it. He just sneezed and blew that thing away. It was nuts. And then, of course, Garo was like, oh, what's that? I see Earth. Alright, let's go. Teleported to Earth, obviously using his power. Saitama got there at the same time by farting. It's getting ridiculous. I had a pain in my stomach, so I just kind of let it out, and yeah, it just propelled me to this point. Now, I don't know the distance. I can't remember if I searched it up last time, but I don't remember the distance between Jupiter to Earth, but it's probably tens of thousands of miles or kilometers away from them, and he's just teleported there basically via farting. His ass cheeks produced that much methane that it propelled him across the universe, well, the solar system, to get back to Earth. Absolutely nuts. So his fart is that fucking strong, as well as his sneeze. Then on top of that, he gets there, and at this point Garo's like, yeah, this is not happening. Having God's power did not help at all. I'm not beating this guy. Then he realized, obviously back on Earth, he's killed everyone. Because of his, like, cosmic presence, everyone's died. And the one person that he wanted to actually protect, that I can't remember what the kid's called, but the kid from the second season, he obviously wanted to protect him, but he ended up killing him because of his power. So when he sees him dead, he kind of freaks out. And I think that's the point where he realizes he's fucked up, he's done wrong. So casually teaches Saitama how to travel through time. He's just like, yeah, I'll teach you a technique that even I can't fully master yet, but I'm sure with your power, you'll be able to master it. Just does this shit, like fucking some weird Mortal Kombat, praying mantis, fucking Tai Chi type stuff. And he's just like, yeah, just teleport back in time, stop this from happening. So he does. So Saitama just pops back in time, hits Garo with less than one punch. He's like, yeah, this fight didn't take just one punch. It took 0 punches because he hit him with a punch that hadn't even happened yet. It's confusing and it's nuts. But yeah, that happened. And then, of course, Saitama and Garo just kind of... Well, Garo's done at this point. He's not getting back up. Saitama's still... Obviously, there's now 2 Saitamas, so they kind of merged back into one and have become just, like, you know, normal Saitama. I'm assuming, because he was still holding the core, that Saitama still has the knowledge of the Saitama from the future. Which is good, because I would hate for him to forget, you know, everything that just happened. And obviously he was like, Garo, you scared me. Not Garo, sorry. Genos, you scared me. Because Genos is alive. Thank God. Oh, I was so happy when he's going back. I knew it was something like that must have happened, because like if everyone's just dying on Earth, obviously they can't just have every single character apart from Garo and Saitama die. Just wouldn't make sense, would it? So I knew something had to happen, although, well, time travel's really important unless they just revive everyone somehow. I really didn't know how they were going to do it, but yeah, I mean, I suppose just retconning, just traveling back in time and stopping it from happening is one hell of a way to do it. Didn't expect Garo to have that ability, although he does have the ability of God, so I mean, I guess why not, you know what I mean? But the way he put it down was as if he already knew that power, just couldn't use it. So I'm not really sure if that was a byproduct of godly power, or he just knew how to do that, but not properly because he couldn't master it. The chapter was absolutely nuts, though. It's displaying Saitama's power. Like I said, I'm not joking. Like he's getting there. Like, people are like, Goku versus Saitama, who would win? Pff, look at the feats. Goku's done this, this, and this. Well, I'm sorry to say, but Saitama just blew away Jupiter with a sneeze. Goku's done better stuff than that. I'm not saying that's wrong, but if Saitama can get even stronger at the point where he's blown away planets, giant planets, might I add, with a sneeze, I really don't know what the hell's going on. Because, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, Jupiter's the one with the red spot, right? Which is like a storm that's been happening for years. And unless I'm completely getting this wrong, isn't that spot the same size as Earth? Which, when you see it on a telescope, is tiny compared to the rest of the planet. So if Saitama's strong enough to obliterate that planet... Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, I'll go off that bit because I'm getting a bit carried away with that. But yeah, so the chapter was absolutely insane. I absolutely loved it. Saitama just keeps getting stronger. I don't know if this is going to be the end of One Punch Man, because... like, what can come after this? Like, unless he actually fights God himself, because I'm assuming obviously he only got a slight power of God. So unless Saitama actually fights the godly presence that was on Moon, I don't know. That's the only way I can imagine it coming, unless Goku and, you know, the Saiyans just rock up and say, right, okay, now Saitama has to fight them. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But I'm not sure where they're gonna go from here. But I'm assuming this arc of Garo versus Saitama is now finished, because he beat the shit out of him, then traveled back in time and beat the shit out of him again, pretty much. But yeah, unbelievable chapter. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. It was funny, displaying Saitama's ridiculous strength of blowing away planets with a sneeze. Is just it's so good. It's so good. But yes, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Let me know what you thought about the chapter, because I thought it was absolutely insane. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I shall see you in the next one.